What's up? What's up, everybody?
What's cracking, everybody?
I mean, what's up? She should get at least 25. Yeah, I was wrong. Well, not really. Not really, to be honest with you. I told you guys a long time ago, man. I told everybody she was going to get off uh, with not that much time.
I never believed it.
Yeah, there's something like Dub says that the district attorney knows, and this is a deal coming from the district attorney side.
Mm-hmm.
She got 12 years, 8 months, um, based off of probably a lack of evidence, maybe because they never
I
found the
think
baby.
no. I what I think it is. I think the defense was going to go with the whole battered woman syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the DA, man, I don't. She wouldn't have ever beat the case, so I don't understand. Man,
Sometimes these smaller cities, Dubs, this
but that's not a very small county, homie.
maybe there's something there's obviously something they know that we don't know, right?
Well, so look. Right now, I was thinking. I wonder if it wasn't. They didn't want to spend the money to prosecute it, that they have the money, because if they need more money, they can always fucking petition the feds for more money
Yeah.
to prosecute cases, right? I don't know, homie. This is not. This is live. Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of, homie. Is they were afraid of the battered woman syndrome defense.
Probably. Yeah. That makes sense.
I don't see me personally. I didn't see any way she would get less than 12 years if it went to the box, if it went to trial.
Yeah, she should at least be sitting on 20. But I mean, what they're basically saying at the end of the day, because it's an involuntary manslaughter, is that her husband Jake is the one definitely guilty of killing the baby, and that she helped during the cover up. So they feel 12 years, 8 months is sufficient time.
So did they say that?
Cover up. That's what it says. It's
okay.
That's what it said. Yeah, that's because she helped after the fact. She got convicted of assisting after the fact, right? So they don't think but still, in the state of California, man, your friend walks into a store, he shoots a clerk, you get charged with it too. So just her not saying anything about it and sticking to the not guilty, even after you pled guilty, you would think that.
That's what helped her the most, is she never made a statement.
Never.
And I always tell people, when you get arrested, if you just tell your version of the story, even if you're lying, right? Whatever you say is going to be used against you. If you don't say anything, it makes it a lot harder on the cops.
Yolanda, I don't know if she'll be out in 5. I think she'll be out in about 7. Well, she's got credit for about less than a year. She'll be out about 7 years total. I think she'll be out about 6 years.
Well, they're not going to give her day for day. It's always a little bit more you got to do.
Yeah, they'll give her like 65%, something like that. Yeah, she'll be out in about 6 years. About 6 years, depending upon what happens while in there.
About 6 years from now.
Yeah,
no,
6 years.
Get her ass in there. She's not going to get in no trouble.
Yeah, she's not going to get in trouble. No one's going to rush her or beat her up. They're going to place her right where Pearl Fernandez is at. Probably the same pod. I said it in videos before. There's not the women's prison system in the state of California is not big at all.
No.
And they literally had to create an atmosphere in that area for Pearl Fernandez because she was getting involved in so much bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I believe they're placing women that have those types of cases in that same block. And I believe Rebecca's going right where Pearl is. Probably same fucking building. Literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, she got convicted. I'm going to read you guys the article because I don't want to give you guys any fucking bullshit. So this is what it says. Riverside, California, the mother of Emmanuel Haro, the one who had him. The missing 7-month-old baby who is presumed dead in Yucaipa pleaded guilty on Friday to involuntary manslaughter and other charges in the case. The guilty plea came as Rebecca Renee Haro, 42, was in court for a previously scheduled preliminary hearing that had been expected to determine whether she would be tried for her son's murder. Following an agreement with the Riverside County District Attorney's Office, Haro pled guilty to felony child abuse causing great bodily injury to a child under the age of 5, involuntary manslaughter, and accessory after the fact. The DA's office said as part of the agreement, Haro will be sentenced to 12 years and 8 months in state prison. And that's pretty much where we're at with that. So they're getting it for accessory after the fact. So I think I agree with Dubs. She was gonna play the batter, he manipulated me, and they were like, man, people might be swayed by that, you know. And I don't think she would have beat it no matter what, though. Even with that, Dubs.
No,
I think she would have got more time than what she got.
I do. I 100% believe that. That's what's throwing me off. Why the DA said, yeah, you know what, let's do this deal.
Yeah.
Homie, that case has so many people invested. There's no jury anywhere that would have heard that, saw what she did, the whole faking and all that bullshit. There's no jury that would say, you know what, she didn't do it. She should go home. Nuh-uh.
And she's just as guilty as the person who pulled the trigger or did whatever they did. That story that she did, that was what made this case.
That's the mom. That's your child. That's your child, and you're on camera talking about find my baby.
Yes, even as much as a few months ago. And now look, and this is what's worse. Marty says, will she provide the body location? Absolutely not. I'm sure she won't. No, there is no body, Marty's anymore. This is a year later, bro.
Yeah, there probably no bones.
Yeah, there is no body. That I hate to say it, man, for baby Emmanuel's sake, man, but now he can rest. Now at least there's some type of justice, right? She's not getting right out. She'll do about 6 years. She'll be out and move on with her life and probably have more kids, to be honest with you, meet another man that beats on her. But because she's definitely not learning her lesson. And it just is what it is. That district attorney in that county fucked up twice. The first time with Jake, and this time too. I don't believe they should have gave her a deal. I think they should have took it all the way. But the counties got money to waste. They don't want to waste money.
No, they have the money. Like I said, they definitely could have prosecuted that. And if they need more money, they can petition the feds for more money. This makes no sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes no sense. And the fact that we've been waiting for months and 12 years. It's pretty much what I figured, though. I said I think she'll get about 10 or something. She'll probably cut a deal, and she did, man. That fucking district attorney knew something, or like I said, a lack of something. Hey, but this is a perfect example, Dubs, of we're right, man. If you commit a crime, you just don't say nothing and sit down for a minute, and you'll probably get action. If you don't get, most people that are convicted, period, in life is because they tell on themselves. It's the truth.
Absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's the truth. You beat it most of the time.
AP says she'll be out in 8 months. No, she got 12 years, 8 months.
She got 12 years, 8 months. She ain't gonna be out in 8 months. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. She'll be out before you know it. We'll be sitting here talking about, hey, guess who got out yesterday? That's how quick time moves on. Gas will be like $98 a gallon. and she'll be. Hey, it's a good day and a bad day. A bad day for people that see it as no justice, but it's a good day that it's finally over. Get them motherfuckers in prison, and it is what it is. She sat down. She never said anything, and Jake fucking admitted guilt.
This damn dog, Holmes.
Yeah, no, she didn't get 12 months. She got 12 years, 8 months.
Yes.
Yeah, 12 years, 8 months. She's going to do a little over halftime, about 65%. She'll be out. She got a year, a little bit less than a year time served, credit for time served. She'll be out in 6 years. I'm telling you guys right now. If you do the math, it comes out to about 6 years, 2 months, something like that, right off the dome. And that's what it is. She was able to convince that district attorney. Either the district attorney didn't want to go through with the trial, didn't believe, it was worth it, or felt they had a weak case. Usually when they cut a deal like that on something as big as worldwide news as this, it's because they had no case on her. Straight up. Other than lying, she
been
did
busted.
a whole lot of lying.
She's been busted 9 months. I just looked it up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think I hope the people of Riverside County make this DA explain why this deal was given.
Yes, definitely.
This doesn't make sense, Holmes. I can't wrap my head around it.
I have a homeboy, Dubs, like I said, man. My other homeboy went into the fucking store, didn't even tell him, fucking shot the dude. They both got life. You know, my homeboy, he was not even involved.
They're always going to treat gang members a certain way, Holmes.
Yeah.
Right. But I know I'm repeating myself, but that woman stood in front of the camera, fake crying, talking about find my baby.
Yeah.
That girl, that woman, and I don't want to call her a woman. That individual sat in court and cried when Jake got sentenced. Hasn't shed no fucking tears for her child. I don't get it.
Yolanda, you're not lying. We are in weird ass times, man. We're in the matrix. Everything's backwards. We're in the Mandela effect, right? Whereas people that really deserve it, and people that don't, toma, right? Cases that, I mean, we got people that fucking steal candy bars and do life in prison, and you got people that actually do horrible things to children, and they get time. Look, man, there's an old school saying, right? And I know it's a weird saying, but it is what it is. You could touch our kids, but don't touch our money, right? They don't. When it comes to children and everything, you get no justice. But you go steal.
That's a fact too. That is.
They'll give you all day. You go steal, and they'll stretch you the fuck out, man. You steal someone's property.
Remember, I think the first 3 strikes was a guy stealing a turkey.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why I always use that thing, because there was a black dude. There was a big thing. He stole the candy bar.
In San Diego.
Yeah, he stole the candy bar and he got life. So that's why I always use that as a saying, like, man, steal a candy bar, you can get life. Like, he got struck out over a candy bar. So we got a man sitting in prison to this day over a payday candy bar or a Butterfinger, and this woman sat there and cried in front of cameras up until just a few months ago, too. She was still denying it. And then once they cut her a good deal, all right, I'm guilty. I did it. This is wild, huh? Again,
and you know, not to get caught in the weeds, but people that get 3 strikes, it's harder for them to parole than somebody that catches a murder.
It's crazy, huh?
It is. When I was in there, I saw once they started letting lifers go, they were harder on 3 strikers, and I was like, damn, like these dudes were like petty theft with a prior. They got 25 to life and can't go home.
40-ounce sips. It doesn't matter how we feel. It's just how the system is. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It doesn't. At the end of the day, it does not matter how we feel. Hey, what they say? Fuck your feelings, right? That's an old saying too. No one cares how you feel. It just is what it is. You know, you can't live by that creed and then when it doesn't fit your narrative, go against it. Hey, it just is what it is. That's what she got. Nothing's going to change it. And it's unfortunate, but the case is finally over. It's solidified. It's done. And is it justice? No. I mean, maybe not. It's justice, but not the justice we thought it was going to be. Hello, NorCal. Rebecca Haro took a deal today and admitted guilt in the case, and she received 12 years, 8 months on an involuntary manslaughter and a few other chicken shit charges that they charged her with. She'll be out in about 6 years.
No, come here.
Yeah, she got off easy, but there was a lot that went into play. You know, Jake admitting guilt and getting what he got, that's actually a good thing, because he was out there hurting children. It wasn't like that this was his first one, you know? So at least we could say Jake got sat down forever, and that's good. Thank you, Ted.
Thank you, Ted.
And that's a great thing. As far as Rebecca, you know, we could just say she's a horrible person, and at least she didn't beat it and just walk out the doors. You know, she's going to go do a little bit of time. She ain't going to learn nothing, though.
What's up, Cheeks? Yeah, man. She'll be out in a few years. She will be ostracized. Whatever community she enters, they're going to know who she is, you know, and she's not going to have but it doesn't matter, man. It's like
freedom is the ultimate. Hey, she'll find a way. She'll find a way to go online and make money online as Rebecca Haro. You know, I mean, she's not going to be. Well, I don't know. It's kind of like that one chick, man. That she actually got away with it.
Oh, with the
With
brunette
the little girl.
Yeah,
with the daughter. I forget her name.
No, not Casey.
She got away because she was dating cops and shit and all that. There was a big cover up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But she got away with the murder of her child. But these type of people can't go back in the communities. They can't. You know, her case is it's world news. Made world news.
You know what? You're probably right. 40 ounce. You're probably right. Especially if she doesn't go back to Riverside, but I don't think she has. I don't know, man. Who knows? What the world is so, it's like up is down and left is right nowadays. It's
the Mandela effect world, Dubs. Everything's backwards. It's not even backwards, it's inside out. It's still a t-shirt, you can still wear it, but it doesn't look well. It's nice, it doesn't look right. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you wear something backwards, you can tell right off the top, but when you wear it inside out, and you can only tell by the seams, there's just a slight difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you can't really tell by looking at it. That's the type of world we're living in. Everything's off just a little bit.
Let me look. I don't know who that is, Ted.
No, a 40 ounce. You ain't lying, bro. When you get locked up, everyone forgets about you.
Absolutely.
That's 100%. When you and then everybody wants to celebrate when you got out, man. Fuck the celebration. All this shit you spent on food, you should have sent me while I was in there when I needed it. You know, but. You know, and how quickly we forget. We get out here all happy just to be out. You forget that everyone forgot about you, huh?
Car crash. I'll look into it. She's gonna be a podcaster. Honestly, that chick, she doesn't have the brains.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean somebody won't back her and try to get her in front of a camera. I just can't see any kind of opinion that she would have that anybody would want to listen to. At least I hope nobody would want to hear anything she has to say.
Yeah, I mean, remember, this still is someone who took the life, whether she did it with her own hands or not, she was involved in taking the life of her own child. So she is what is considered in the prison system and in society as the worst of the worst, which a child killer. You know what I mean? That's the worst of the worst. You can't get no worse than that.
She loved her old man. She loved Jake more than she loved her child.
Yes, more than her own child.
I don't think she loved her child. Obviously,
not at all.
By what happened, and she was okay with everything and involved in the cover up and all that. She didn't love her child,
and still has never showed 1 ounce of remorse. Never, none of that. Just based upon that judge should have rejected that fucking DA's deal and said, you know what, no, right? But the judge is going to go along with what the district attorney feels is right. That's the system, and there's going to be a lot of people. This right here is just breaking news because this just happened right this morning. So believe me, when all the newscasts come out, the big world news, and they all get a hold of it because they're going to be talking about it, right? Just like they were talking about Jake, there's going to be a lot of people that are upset. They're going to be like questioning the judge, questioning the district attorney, why? But this is the system, man. This is the system. I gotta say, she went in there, and by not saying anything and sticking to her guns, that helped her tremendously. And that district attorney, man, over there, Dubs, that Riverside district attorney, I don't know who it is, but they're making a lot of mistakes over there. You know, anyone that's doing drugs and shit, they're locking their ass up out there. But man, you killing people, that you're getting deals out there. It's weird, especially if it's kids.
And you know, yeah, I'm gonna look into, see if I can look into how the DA is prosecuting certain crimes out there, just for myself, because cases involving dead bodies are expensive.
Yeah,
but that county, it can't be broke, Holmes. It can't be broke. They can petition for more money.
40 ounce says, I wouldn't say she's a bona fide monster. I'd say she's mentally ill and incompetent and delusional. I'd say Jake was the monster here and took advantage of a low IQ woman and made her an accessory. But you have free will, bro. I don't believe in people making you do something unless you're under the knife, right? There was plenty, once they were arrested, she had plenty of opportunity to say, okay, you know what? I fucking love my kid. This motherfucker fucking made me this. Like she covered for her man. She covered. Yeah. Her freedom meant more than her child.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. If you remember though, when Jake got pled guilty, she cried. What word did she say? She said 2 words.
My baby.
Not talking about her son.
No, she was talking about Jake. Yeah, when
cried and said my baby.
He was her baby. Yeah.
But when she was in front of those cameras saying find my baby, there were no tears. She was doing the fake cry.
The fake cry. Yeah, there never was a real tear when it came to her missing child. But when it came to him getting sentenced for the fact of killing her child, she cried. She wasn't crying. She never cried a tear for her child. So just that in itself is a monstrous thing.
I see you, True Lies. Same county. Look, 2 of his nephews got picked up. One got 4 years. The other one got life.
Yeah, that's the same county. He says, yeah, it's. I've seen a lot of little cases out there, man, because I've been keeping up with this case for a year, for as long as it's been 9 months or whatever. So I've read a lot of articles. I've read a lot about, I looked into the history of Jake, of Rebecca, all that. And she does have a bad upbringing. She does come from a kind of different type of family. I mean, her brother's doing 55 years for killing his girlfriend, right? Like, she doesn't come from just a good old family. There's a lot of people, oh, she's manipulated by Jake and she's just a good, no, she comes from fucking the hood too. Like, she knows what type of dude she was with. She's right along there with them. Believe me, when he did that, she was just like, how are we going to cover this up? What are we going to do?
40 ounce says maybe she should have got help to prevent that. Maybe the system failed her because she's mentally ill and should have been on medication and hospitalized. I can't, me personally, we all have our own opinions. That's your opinion. I respect it. No, I can't. I can't give. Look, Rebecca's mom never even met the baby. Why?
Yeah.
Because the baby was probably bruised up all the time. What woman doesn't want her family to meet her baby? Right? It would be different if her family had a history of abusing the kids in the family, but we haven't heard anything like that, and we would have. I think baby Emmanuel was always beaten, always bruised, and it was obvious that something was wrong. Get over here.
He was an unwanted child, Dubs, in that household. Unwanted.
Yes. Sorry, my dog.
Unwanted and disregarded and discarded like nothing. No, Rudy. Jake's been in prison now. He pled guilty and admitted guilt, so she didn't have to point the direction in Jake. He had already admitted that, but she definitely was. That was going to be her. That was going to be her defense if she went to the box to trial. That was definitely going to be her defense. There's no doubt about it. That she had no other defense than to say he did it. He made me. Yeah, it's just like with the homie saying in here where he's saying that he manipulated her. I mean, that's obvious.
Well, I think we it's pretty much we all understand. Mm-hmm. If she would have went to trial, her defense was going to be this: she was a battered woman, and that Jake did it, and they were going to call Jake down. He has nothing to lose. He was going to take the stand and say he did it,
and that's it. Yeah. And I mean, she still would have received a certain amount of time based on the other charges. They had her dead on for lying, 100%. But I guess, man, people just have to live with it. 12 years, 8 months. She'll do 6, probably half, and do it pushing, man. And life moves on. Unfortunately, I don't think the baby will be found. Maybe in the future, we'll get to hear the true story of what really happened that day. Maybe if she admits it to maybe a celly or something, and they put it out there.
Yeah, there's a new one, Dia.
But we're not going to they're not going to recover the baby or anything. No, I get it, bro. You're saying if she was hospitalized, but I don't believe
she would have had to ask for help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. She doesn't feel like she had anything. Look at Donnie. Donnie's getting frustrated.
That's not Donnie.
Oh.
That can't be Donnie saying that.
Yeah, true story. Stop it. It.
That ain't Donnie. I agree, Laverne, but that's not the way it works, man. Unfortunately, that's In a perfect world, that would have been cool, but they can't force her to tell them where the baby's at. I mean, they could have cut her a better deal, like, hey, we're going to give you 12 years, 8 months. We'll give you this if you tell us where that. But it's, yeah, it just is what it is.
You're on both channels?
Yeah.
All right. I don't think I'm a mod on both, but hold on. I want to see. Don't take that down.
Taxpayers were failed in this case. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it seems to be the theme in that county. I've seen a lot of cases. Like I said, I was saying earlier, man, before I got sidetracked, I've done a lot of research on just a lot of crimes that happen in that particular area while looking into the cases. And there's a lot of people that have done murders and things of that nature out there that get a lot less time than other counties in the surrounding areas. It's weird. I don't know, man. I don't know if that district attorney just doesn't want to go to trial, just cuts deals, or most district attorneys take big cases and they want to. That's like a pin in their hat. You know what I mean, Dubs? That's like that's what they live for big cases, worldwide cases like this, so they go shine. Yeah. So yeah. So with that being said, it seems that there were, like Dub says, there was lack of evidence or something they knew that they're not putting out there, that they knew they didn't have a solid case. You know what I mean? Because most district attorneys, man, that's why they're district attorneys. They just want to fucking railroad someone viciously.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, 40 ounce, we always think that a lot of things could be prevented. You know what could have been prevented if the bitch just didn't do it? Not normal people just don't allow their boyfriends or husbands to hurt their children. You could see she had black eyes and everything. This dude, this was not the first time. He's been hurting her and her children and all that. She should have picked up her children like a woman and left.
Mm-hmm.
But she loved that man more than she loved her children.
But
that's not crazy. That's just stupid.
Look, and somebody mentioned right here, remember, there's no evidence. There's no paperwork of when the baby was born. Like, they hid this baby. Like, did she have the baby at home? For there not to be a birth certificate? Excuse me.
Yeah, well, remember I told you who I interviewed, and I told you what they told me. I got a hold of a friend of Rebecca and Jake, like someone who he wasn't a friend then, but he interacted with them. His wife was a friend, and he said that baby was born there. There's no hospital records. He said he's seen it with his own eyes, and I said I put it out there, but I didn't interview. He didn't want to be interviewed, obviously, but it's what he said. And you also have, what's that called, Dubs? There's HIPAA. So no one could ever get into those records anyways to see,
Yeah, but the media, they could do certain things to at least say the baby was born at this hospital at this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You would think someone would fucking leak something at least.
Weird. That's weird as fuck that they never. Okay, so the baby was born in the home.
Yeah.
The baby was never seen by a physician,
or any of the family.
That baby suffered, man.
Look, this is the weird thing.
What I'm saying is this. What was their plan from jump? If they knew, we don't want any record of this child.
She probably got pregnant and found out, because they're tweaking, found out by the time she found out it was too late to go through with any type of, get rid of the baby. So they came up with the plan. Jake's like, I ain't gonna take care. I don't want. Well, then this is what we're gonna do. You're just gonna have to have it right here, and then we're gonna get rid of it or whatever, and that's it. And because not showing your family the baby, that's weird. That's
like a normal person would have said, if that's the case, if they had that tweaker ass conversation, right?
Yeah, and that's just speculating.
You have the baby, and you give the baby up for adoption. It's that fucking simple.
Very simple.
That's what I'm saying. So there's a fucking reason why they didn't have the baby at the hospital, and they just kept this baby a secret.
Because they were smoking dope, and she would have went and fucking didn't want to go get in trouble for dope. Look at people that are high, Dubs. They were high. That's 100% facts that they were high, because I interviewed. You know who I interviewed, which is the brother, Jake's brother's homeboy, who's
he's in here right now.
Friend.
Yes, he's in here right now.
Yes, yeah, he's in here. And he said that, that brother was doing good and everything till he went over there. So that whole family, they're doping, they're all that. You can just tell looking at them. And maybe when women have drugs in their system, they get in trouble. And maybe she got paranoid. Oh, they're going to lock me up. Well, now, bitch, you're locked up for longer. You should have just went got your little slap on the wrist for having drugs in your system, got called a bad mother, which you are, and let them help the baby. Instead, I think they just came up with this tweaker ass shit. We're just not going to tell anyone we're having a baby. We're just going to have the baby. You know what I mean? Who does that? Yes. Hip Hop says, remember, the side of that family was not working with all screws. They're off. I mean, remember when everyone forgot, and I initially did a video on it, and people just didn't pick up on it. The sister, Jake's sister, she sat there. Oh, we stood up all night. We did I know you stood up all night, bitch. Right? We did this and we did that, and all this was. And as soon as she found out that it wasn't true, she disappeared. You know what I mean? She didn't want to do. She was gone. And then when her brother admitted it and all that, she didn't come out and say, my brother's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? He shouldn't have did that, man, to my nephew. Nope. She just.
What's up, Natalie?
Faded off. Yeah. That's something. That whole family, they were all living together too. His sister was living there on the property. It was just, and then they invited the brother to live there.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a typical house.
Remember, they were trying to say that maybe the reason why the baby was being abused was because it was Jake's brother's baby. And
he wasn't even there. He was dead before then.
But remember, they were saying that shit.
Yeah. They were trying to say that, and then they were trying to say that they buried the baby with the brother because it's his baby, and he had passed away well before baby Manuel was. He had passed away pretty much before Rebecca was. He was even with Rebecca, you know. So yeah, it's. I mean, we'll never know. That I think is the coldest part of the whole deal. Not the fact that she got less time. I've seen someone say usually when it's a man and a woman, the woman gets less time. That's a fact. I've seen that happen a lot of times. Because usually the woman tells on the guy.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens.
That's usually what happens. You know, the woman tells on the guy, so she gets less time. But in this case, I think that the thing that fucks with people's heads the most is the fact that we'll never know exactly what happened. And they can never have to tell us. It's done. They got their time. And
here's the thing. Somebody in the comments said, so they'll never find the baby. There's no remains. I think that get out of there. Hey, hold on, the baby's fuck. Yeah,
there is no remains. The baby was gone a couple months after. We're talking about baby Manuel was very young. His bones weren't even fully developed yet. I don't know. You know, what I do know is Jake got 30 to life. Good. He's in Salinas Valley State Prison. And I know Rebecca will be pulling up to the women's prison right there. And probably more than likely be housed with Pearl Fernandez in the same section and do her little bit of time and get out and move on with their life.
Hey, man.
And this is probably the last we'll hear of this case because, like I've said, people are gone, they're gone.
You're going to hear one incident. She's going to get beat up one time, and that's it.
Yeah. Right when she probably gets there in the reception units, some girls will probably smash on her real quick, and then they'll place her where they need to place her, and that's it. Yeah. The next time we hear about her will be when she's released. And Jake, we're just waiting on that day. You know, with that much time in the situation he's in, where he's at, it's only a matter of time for him, man. It's only a matter of time. And someone's going to come in that doesn't have nothing to lose, that don't like him. And it's not going to be gang members. It's not going to be nothing like it's going to be just some off J-Cat random dude that just doesn't like him.
He's going to wind up getting put in a cell with somebody. I think that's what's going to be. It's going to happen to him. I think
that's usually how it happens. He'll get put with someone that doesn't play with those types of people, and he'll get hit with a shoestring or something around his neck.
This is way side note. No, I don't use Just for Men. I stopped using that a very long time ago. But Gunner put me up on some new stuff.
It's good. It works great. Look at my shit. My shit's immaculate using that stuff. I'm telling you.
But yeah, man. We just wanted to go live. This is horrible news. You know. Yeah.
And you know, for just those that have been keeping up with it, a lot of people. I did a lot of videos. And this is it. This is the last straw, right? But for those a recap for those that got in, Rebecca Haro did go to court today. She was scheduled for a preliminary hearing. I've been waiting on it too, the 29th of May. And the district attorney actually gave her a deal. She pled guilty to an involuntary, not even a voluntary manslaughter, an involuntary manslaughter. Basically, that's a big word right there, involuntary. If you break it down, that's saying that it was accidental, that she didn't mean to. So for them to not even charge her with a righteous manslaughter, a voluntary manslaughter, or just a manslaughter, they charged her with that's Dubs. I want to talk to you about that. She was charged with involuntary manslaughter. That means accidental.
Yes.
So they know something.
It's because they gave her the accessory.
Yeah. They lowered.
I don't understand why they didn't put their foot down at least and say, no, it has to be voluntary.
At least a voluntary and get 15 years. But
yeah,
hey, like I said, man, we're not privy to the case files and what that district attorney said. Either that district attorney is a fucking idiot, right? Which most are not. They don't get in that position to because they're idiots, right? They're pretty smart. But either this one's an idiot or he just didn't have the evidence to go through with it. And he was just like, man, this chick didn't do it. This dude already admitted it. She's going to play on the heartstrings of the jurors, man. I don't want to risk
the jurors wouldn't have went for it.
And it wouldn't matter where they sent her to because everyone knows about it.
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. Even if they don't know about it. When the DA the DA would have shown her fake ass cry on the fucking TV in front of all the media and all that. Nah, they would have showed the pictures of the baby. You could see the shape of his skull, something where he wasn't developing right.
Yeah, it was because of being abused. Eric, she's going to take the stand on Jake. She doesn't have to. Jake already admitted guilt months ago. He's been in prison for 6 months now.
Yeah, but no, she would have took the stand and said it was him and I was bad, I was scared and all that. Yeah.
If it would have played out different and Jake would have took it to trial, yes, she would have definitely told on Jake. Jake shocked everybody by doing what he did. He knew that dude. I'll tell you this, as much of a monster as Jake is, Dubs, as much of a fucking asshole and a piece of shit he is, he showed more remorse than she did. Just by his body language. And yeah, he was sad because he's getting locked up.
Yeah,
when they would mention his baby's name, you could see him get choked up, whereas she just stood stern the whole time.
I can't give him credit. I think all he did was think of himself.
Well, of course he thought of himself. That's most people do in any crime, right? They think about themselves because they're the ones that are going through it. But I'm saying as far as, and he's a piece of shit, but if you look at the two body languages, when they did mention his kid, he got choked up a little bit. When they mentioned it, she didn't. She only choked up when he got time, or when it was about Jake. They would talk about her son, her head would be down. She wouldn't say nothing. The moment Jake's name would mention, she'd pick it up real quick. That bitch was hooked on it. Yeah. She was weird. Yeah. Anyways, with that being said, man, we just wanted to give you guys that update. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much, man. And
whoever was asking, this is the one. This is the new one right here. It's on Amazon.
Go get it, man. That shit works good. All right, guys. We're out here. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.